Hey, Jocelyn with Walter's World, and today I'm in St. Augustine, Florida, and these are the don'ts of St. Augustine. My first don't is don't forget to go to the Castillo de San Marcos. It's a really cool place. You should totally get there and check it out. It doesn't take a ton of time, but you've got some really good stuff because it is a national park site. You've got a lot of really good information there, and you can learn a lot about the history of this area. Don't number 2 is don't skip out on Flagler College. So you think, why would I go tour a college? I'm not going to school. Well, maybe you are. But Flagler College is a really great example of Spanish Renaissance Revival architecture. It's got some great history here. It's got the Leitner Museum inside, which was absolutely fantastic. It's a really beautiful place. It started out life as a hotel called the Ponce de Leon Hotel. So that's where it started, and now it's got a new life as a university or a college, and it's totally worth checking out. So with that is the Leitner Museum inside, and there are a bunch of really cool smaller museums around the area, and you don't want to miss those. So the Leitner Museum, the Jimenez Fatio Museum, that's another good one. So most of these are second Spanish style in architecture, and you'll get to see some really cool stuff. Don't number 3, don't skip out on St. George Street. Of course you're not going to, because it's where everyone goes. But take your time and, kind of enjoy that pedestrian area. But don't make the locals upset and block traffic. I saw a bunch of big groups and they were just stuffed in the middle. I'm like, yo, people got to walk through here. So be courteous. But go and enjoy it and see these cool things. It's loaded with kitschy things, but also there's some good stuff in there too. So also, don't think St. George Street is the only street in the historic district. Take a left, take a right. You might find something really great. Don't forget to embrace the Spanish style. There's so much stuff here, not just the architecture, but also in the food. You'll find a lot of Latin cuisines. Spanish started maybe, and then there'll be some Cuban things, and really good food here. But just, the Spanish theme really permeates the city. So get out and try it. Don't rush through the historic district. That's a big one. You might get in there and just start flying through because it all sort of looks the same or whatever, but it's really not. There's a lot of really great history. Go in, there are little courtyards and things all over the place, and if you can just pop in and see some of those, you're going to find some really great people, some great architecture, and maybe some great food too. With that, I'm just going to say this as a preservationist, and God, I think I shouldn't have to say this, but be respectful of these places. So many of them are part of the national landmarks. There's national landmarks, there's national historic register things, and they're all over the place. Don't come here and mess up things that have been here for hundreds of years before you and will be here for hundreds of years after you. Be respectful of the historic stuff here and don't be a douchebag. This may not be a huge beach town and history may be king, but the sun overwhelms all of that. So please don't forget to stay hydrated and put on a lot of sunscreen because it'll be beating down on you. Don't mess around with the parking. There's a lot of unauthorized parking places and whatnot, and they don't mess around with their meter maids. These people are going to give you a ticket. You're going to be in trouble. So don't go home with an extra expense. Just make sure that you park where you are legally allowed to park. There are actually quite a few parking lots. I park kind of way out, and I was happy to walk the extra 10 blocks and kind of window shop and whatnot. It was actually a really great experience for me. And it was $15 for the day, and quite frankly I pay that per hour in Chicago, so you may as well just pay the $15 and get out and walk and save yourself the $200 ticket, because it's going to end up being $200 by the end of it all. So don't think that this is a beach town. I know it's Florida and you think beaches, and there is water here and there's a beach, but first and foremost, this is history. This is the ancient city. This is literally the oldest established city in the United States. So that's why you're here. So go explore the history and maybe get out to the beaches. And if you do get out to the beaches, make sure that you're hydrating and using a lot of sunscreen. Kind of goes without saying, right? But I'm saying it anyway. Don't forget to go visit the national shrines. There is a Greek Orthodox one, and there is also a Catholic one. They're kind of cool if you are religious at all. It's a really neat experience, but they're also just cool for the history and the architecture and the beauty that these places make up. So Ponce de Leon is a big thing here, right? And we all know he was searching for the Fountain of Youth, and he found it. But really, he just found an artesian spring, which, you know, I paid $22 to go in and have a little taste of really sulfuric water. That was it. I don't look any younger today than I did yesterday, I promise. But what is cool there was all the Native American history. You get to see a lot of things, delve into some of the culture. It was neat because I found out that the chieftains were all women, and I thought that was kind of special. Anyway, so you can go and like kind of learn some of the history of both Ponce de Leon and the Native Americans that were here already, and kind of delve into that. They also have a bunch of peacocks. Now, it's $22 to get in there, and unless you're really going for the Native American stuff, I don't think that little sip of sulfuric water is anywhere near good enough to pay $20 for. So that's my own personal opinion. So those are my don'ts of visiting St. Augustine. There are probably about 20 more. So if you would, in the comment section, let's get a conversation started and talk about the things that you loved about being here and the things you think people shouldn't miss. So that's it for me in St. Augustine, Florida. See y'all.